Hey everyone, welcome back. Now let's get started with the TestNG framework. Before I explain what is TestNG framework, let me first tell you the problem statements so that you can understand why TestNG is required. There are two major problems as of now. First problem is that we are writing the Selenium code in Java main method and running that code as a Java program. Now let me tell you the second problem. After the test script execution, there is no execution report available to understand that how many test cases got executed, passed and failed. So these are the two major problems as of now. It is recommended that we should not write the Selenium code in Java main method, and after the execution of the test script, execution report should be available to understand the status of executed test cases. Selenium has a limitation that it does not create the execution report. To overcome this limitation, we use the TestNG framework, which generates the very good execution report. Apart from the execution report, TestNG provides many more features to control the test execution, as it provides the full control of the test case execution. Hence it is known as a testing framework. Here you need to remember that TestNG is not part of the Selenium. It is a separate framework which is supported by Selenium as well. Now let's move to the next slide and have a look at the agenda for this video. First, we'll see the TestNG introduction, such as its features and advantages. Then we will install the TestNG plugin in Eclipse. So let's move to the next slide and have a look at the TestNG introduction. What is TestNG? TestNG is an open source testing automation framework which contains various features to control the Selenium test cases. As it is an open source, so it does not require to buy any kind of license to use it. This is free of cost to use in the Selenium projects. TestNG name ends with the NG, where the NG stands for next generation. Now let's move to the next point. TestNG framework can be used at the various levels of testing, such as unit, integration and system testing. Developers can use it for managing their unit and integration test cases, and Selenium tester can use it for managing their Selenium test cases at system level. It is better than the JUnit framework. So JUnit is one of the unit testing framework for Java developer. TestNG came after the JUnit and it has all the good features of JUnit, and it adds more powerful functionality which makes it better than JUnit. Because of its good features, now people have moved from JUnit to the TestNG, and almost all the Selenium testers are using the TestNG framework. It integrates with Eclipse. TestNG is a third-party framework which is supported by the Eclipse as well, so you can add the TestNG plugin in your Eclipse and start using it. Integrates with Maven. Maven is one of the most famous build management tool. TestNG provides support for Maven as well. For now, if you have no idea about the Maven, then don't worry. In the coming session, you will find dedicated videos for the Maven, where you will learn what is Maven and how it is used with the TestNG. So now let's move to the next point. TestNG framework is developed in Java programming language, which means TestNG development team has used the Java language to develop it. This is all about the introduction of TestNG. Now let's move to the next slide and learn various advantages of TestNG framework. TestNG has various advantages. Let's discuss them one by one. Java main method is not required. So as of now, to write the Selenium code, we create a Java class and main method, and we write the code inside the main method. And when we run the code, we run it as a Java program. Why we are doing it? Because we are not using the TestNG. When you use the TestNG, then main method is not required. So going forward, we will not use the main method. Now let's move to the next point. It contains the assertions. Assertions are the validation to check whether application is working as expected or not. For example, when you enter the valid username, password and click on the login button, then home page should be displayed. You should write a line of code for the assertions to check whether home page is displayed or not. TestNG provides inbuilt method for assertions where you have to specify actual and expected values. TestNG compares both actual and expected values. If they both are same, then TestNG will mark the test case pass, otherwise it will mark it fail. We will discuss all the TestNG assertions in the coming videos. Now let's move to the next point. It creates a precondition and post-condition script. TestNG allow us to create the precondition and post-condition for the test cases, and these conditions are executed automatically. Let's take an example of Facebook application where you can accept friend request. Let's assume you are writing a Selenium code for accept friend request functionality, for which login is a precondition. Once user is logged in, then only user can accept friend request. TestNG provides a mechanism to specify the login as a precondition for accept friend request test case. For now, this is just a theoretical information. I'll do it practically in the coming videos, then you can understand it very easily. So let's move to the next point. It supports the parallel execution. Parallel execution means all the test cases are started at a time. Let's take an example that you have written 4 test cases: test case A, test case B, test case C, and test case D. When you execute these test cases, then first test case A will be executed, then B, then C, and at the end D will get executed. These test cases are executed in a sequence. In case of the parallel execution, all 4 test cases would be executed at a time to save that execution time. I'm not going to focus more on the parallel execution now, because to understand the parallel execution, first you would need to understand the TestNG fundamentals. I will cover the parallel execution in the framework videos where you can understand it very easily. At this moment, you can understand that TestNG provides a feature to support parallel execution as well. Now let's move to the next point, grouping of the test cases. TestNG allows grouping of the test cases to manage them easily. For example, you are automating an application which has the login functionality to log in the application and sign up functionality to create a new account. So let's say you have automated 50 test cases for login and 100 test cases for sign up functionality. When you execute your test cases, then all 150 test cases will get executed. In case if you want to execute only login test cases, then you can group all 50 login test cases. It is a kind of tag which would be applied on all the 50 login test cases. And when you ask Selenium to run the login group, then it will execute only 50 test cases which are grouped. TestNG allows you to create the multiple groups as well. This is just an introduction of grouping. We will cover this in detail in the upcoming videos of this course. Now let's move to the next point. It generates the report. This is last but not least. At the end of the test case execution, TestNG generates an execution report which contains the test case execution information. This report is automatically generated. Hence, as an automation tester, you do not need to write any line of code for it. I will show you this report in the next video where I will run the first TestNG test case. So this is all about the TestNG introduction and its advantages. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now let's meet in the next video and install TestNG plugin in Eclipse.